Hi, it's Denny here. I was looking at the black walnut tree out in the front yard here, and seeing all these walnut nuts falling down and the squirrels eating them. And I got to thinking, I wonder how you plant those things. So I did a little research, and I found out there's several different ways of doing it. It's not really an easy process. You gotta pick them up, and you gotta husk them, and you gotta soak them, and you gotta stratify them, and then you may or may not get a black walnut tree. But anyhow, this video shows how I did it. There's two ways you can stratify these things. One is you go through all the pre-process steps to get up to there, and you can put them in a plastic bag with some moist soil, and you can stick them in a refrigerator over winter for 3-4 months, whatever. Or you can do it the way I decided to do it, which is another option, is you can do all the prep work on the nuts and then plant them in a planter outside and just leave them winter over out there. And then when spring warms up, those seeds or nuts that are viable will germinate and they'll start coming up. That's the method I chose. And the only problem with that is that you have to secure the top of that planter so the squirrels can't get in there, because they will get in there and pull them nuts out and eat them, so you won't wind up with any trees of any sort. So anyway, this video shows how I harvested, husked, and prepped, and then I secured the planter from the squirrels. So anyway, take a look at it, see what you think, and if you like that video, give us a like. Make any comments you want, and give us a subscribe to our channel, because there'll be some other stuff coming along. Let your friends know. And I'll see you about halfway through this video, and I'll show you what we're going to do next. So talk to you a little bit later. Okay, we're going to start taking the husks off these black walnuts. And since there's a lot of steam, you better have some gloves on. I'm going to put the husk in this bucket, and then I got that bucket there with water in it. And we're going to have to wash them all off. So make sure you have some gloves on, because you don't want to get the steam up there with you. I'm going to wash them all off, and we'll squish them around and get them all clean so that the hard shell is clean. And then we'll soak them in water to see which ones are viable. So I've got a whole bag of them right here. And here's one that's empty, it's already done. I'm just going to throw it in there. And that one, here's one I'm going to take apart. Okay, now it should just, might have to get a knife. Yeah. Oh, here it comes. It's starting to come out. Yeah. They don't look too pretty. We'll get all that off. It's a little hard to... I've never done this before, so let's try this one here. Yeah, I'm going to have to get a knife or something. Okay, I got me one of these box cutters. Way around. Yeah. You just pull them off like that. Yeah. And if they sink, they're supposed to be good. Okay. So out of the 3 I put in there, only 1 is sunk. When they float, that means that they're not really viable. Look at that, how that looks. I think I got 38 or 40 of these things. Somewhere. Oh, I got a bunch of floaters. We're going to continue this and we'll find out how many we'll wind up with. The green ones, they work a lot better. If they're dark brown, they're dried out, and they're real hard to get out, so I ain't going to do that. Because most of them float in now. Just take that, and then you just peel that right off like that. Much easier. Works great. There you go. Much easier. This one's got a brown spot and it'll be a little harder. But it's mainly green. Pull it right out. The dark brown spot just a little bit tough on it. Let me throw it in there. We'll just do the green, just do the green ones, you know. Yep. There it is. Yeah. There it is. Much easier doing it this way. Yeah, peels right off. Peels right off. I am getting a little bit of stain in my hand. Let's see. We got quite a few of them. We got quite a few of them on the bottom, huh? The rest of these we're not going to do. There. Okay. Got a little stain on my thumb. Yeah, you can take a look how dark that water is in there. We're going to stir that up and rinse it out a few times and get rid of them floaters. Okay, I rinsed them off. Now we're going to let them soak for 24 hours, and we'll do some more rinsing, and then they're ready to put in the soil. Potting soil. It's a little chunky, so we're going to mix it all up real good. And we get it pretty smooth here, and we'll add a little bit of water. You don't want to soak it, you just want it so it's moist. So when you squeeze it, it might clump up a little bit, but you don't want to put too much water in here. And just stir the water in to get it as even as possible. It'll all migrate together and soak together after a while anyhow, but you want it to get a little bit moist. Just stir it up real good. A little touch more water on there. Now that pot you see by my foot there, I'm going to pour on top. That's actual potting soil that my daughter used to grow some tomato plants on the deck this summer. And she got quite a few tomatoes out of it. So instead of throwing it away, I'm going to put this right on the top and spread it out. And we'll spread that all out, and then we're just going to lay the black walnuts on top of that. And I've got a second pot after I put the nuts in here and water them a little bit. Then I'll pour that second bucket on top of there, and then that'll be all I need to do. So here's the nuts. I think I got 25 of them. And we're just going to spread them around in there. They tried to get like 3 inches between them minimum, but because I had so many nuts there, some got a little closer than that. But we can thin them out next spring. Yeah, put a little bit more water on there. You don't want to get them too wet on there. It says to keep them moist until it freezes over, so I'll just put this a little bit, and then I'm going to just pour that other potting or that planting soil on top. And it looks pretty good. And this turned out that the amount of soil in these buckets was just the right thing. So I got about 2 inches of soil covering up the nuts. And I'm just going to firm it down just a touch. You don't want to pack it too much. Just get it nice and level on there. I always like wearing gloves. That stuff can stain your hand pretty good. We'll just spray it down a little bit. We get done with this, and all we need to do now is set it outside. They're all ready to go. We're going to have to put a top on there to secure it from the squirrels, but that'll be here in a little bit. You'll see that. But at that point, they're all ready to set outside. Well, there you have it. I've got, I believe it was 25 walnut nuts planted in my outside planter. And they're all ready to put outside, with the exception I got to secure the top of that to keep the squirrels out. And I decided to put a wire screen mesh on the top. And it's, the way I attached it is probably a little bit overkill, but I wanted to make sure that squirrels couldn't get in there. One advantage of doing this is that you find out what nuts are germinating in the spring, and it'll be easy just to pick out the healthy ones and transplant them. The only thing that I'm not sure of yet is if all 25 come up, what am I going to do with 25 black walnut trees? But we'll worry about that when and if they all sprout up. So watch the rest of the video. It shows you how I secured the top, and I'll talk at the end of that video. I got some 1/2-inch wire mesh here I'm going to put on the top of that, and that'll keep all the squirrels out. I'm going to cut this up to size and zip tie it on the top and secure it for the squirrels. Here I'm bending the quarter pieces in, and I'll do this in all four corners. And I just cut back the wire mesh there along the seam right on the corner, and I can bend it over. Then I'll put the zip ties in there, and that secures all four corners and just assures the squirrels can't get in at all. That's all. And once I get all this done, then it's about ready to put out outside. Here's a close-up view of how I overlapped the sides and tie wrapped them. And pretty simple. All four corners, makes a solid connection. Don't have to worry about the squirrels. Well, there's the finished product. And take a little closer look at how the corner is. I'm sure it'll work. I'm sure it'll be safe from the squirrels. And we'll just have to wait next spring to see how it all works or not. A lot of zip ties. But it'll hold them out. I had this back by the fence, and I decided to move it up against the garage for the southern exposure, so to get more sun come springtime when it starts to thaw out. Well, there you got it. I got the top on, all secured there. It's just some wire fencing I picked up at one of the local big box stores. Like I said, it might have been a little overkill, but this way I'm sure the squirrels won't get in there. Since I put this outside the other night, we had like about an inch of snow, and the whole thing got all covered with it, and then it just melted down in there. So it's got plenty of moisture. It'll winter over. I'll just let the snow pile up and let it thaw out in the spring all by itself, and wait to see how many, if any, I'm sure some will, how many germinate and how they look. Then I got to determine what I'm going to do with maybe up to 25 black walnut trees. So I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, please subscribe to our channel. Give us a like, make any comments. Comments would be appreciated. So would if you subscribe to the channel. And once I decide where I'm going to put them, I'll make a video about where I planted these things and how they're progressing for the first year or so. So anyhow, thanks a lot for watching. Tell your friends about it. Please subscribe, and we'll see you next time.